All right, I'm back. All right, so I was cleaning up and cooking, about to eat dinner in a few here. Hello. So, I wanted to come and talk about something, and I feel like it's something that, you know how they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, new tricks. You know that saying, and that might be the truth. And I have direct plans. Y'all, I swear to God, I didn't sign up to constantly sit around and argue with socially awkward people. And what I mean by socially awkward is people that don't know when to speak or talk about certain things. Okay. And there are some things that should not be spoken about, especially if you are talking about when it comes to love or either social situations. There's some people that really don't know how to be social. They are not socially um, well adjusted very well. Okay. Like, I actually used to have a social life, believe it or not. And that is like, as far as like, people that I would just maybe have a glass of wine with or chill and relax. And there's certain things that you don't talk about, because what those things will do is they will cause people to sort of form an opinion about you. And this is why these poor little tink tinks keep losing. This is the main aspect. They're so focused on trying to make other people look bad that when you talk that way about another person, it actually affects you. You know what I'm saying? First of all. Second of all, if you're trying to get the attention of a man, they don't want to hear negative stuff about another woman. They want to know that you can have a conversation with them like a woman. If your conversation always leads back to some disgusting, repulsive stuff about another person, people are not going to want to talk to you. People are not going to want to be in a long term situation with you. Okay. I mean, seriously, people are going to sit back and they are going to listen. What do you talk about? You know why? You know why my husband is in love with me and why he always will be? Because he has heard me talk about the things that I am actually interested in beyond the craziness. He has heard me talk for hours about gardening, houses. He's even heard me talk about sex a little bit. I don't like obnoxious sex talk. That, you know, I think women should be careful speaking about sex like you're a man. That's a turnoff for a man. That can actually be a turnoff. Okay, unless you're Cardi B. Cardi B has a way of speaking, and she has a certain energy about herself. So y'all know that song WAP, right? And you know how, like, when she was like, I want you to give me a deep throat. I want you to make it touch that dangly thing at the back of my throat. Like, she can do that. That's appropriate. It's a rap song. But do you think that any woman is gonna, like, can you imagine a woman at a nightclub going up to a man saying, I want you to give it to me. I want you to put it in my throat. I want you to make it touch this dangly thing in the back of my throat. Like, he gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, any sound man that's worth a damn, he's not gonna be interested if you actually it's a rap song. Like, that's not how you're actually supposed to have a conversation with a man. That's why these women stay losing. They don't know how to talk to a man. They don't know how to appeal to a man. Going in a man's inbox and talking about licking cat butts and eating poop, that's going to turn him all the way off. A man would rather have a woman that is interested in crocheting. That's who he's going to choose long term. Am I lying? Even if I sat here for hours and just did crystal grids all day, I would never have to go and degrade or talk crazy about another person to get the attention of a man. So a man would rather have, as far as like his old lady, his wife, he'd rather have a wife that's sitting there crocheting. And let's keep it a buck. A lot of these women that say all these disgusting things, they still ain't got the D, and they ain't gonna get the D. Don't no man want no, when a man gets older, he knows exactly what he wants. Don't no man want no woman acting for. First of all, if you are a desperate woman stalking another woman around the internet and you're gonna make a fool out of her, you gonna make his woman look stupid by stalking her around the internet every goddamn day and going in his inbox trying to talk him out of being with her. What's the first rule of attraction? Sometimes when you and you, that's why you got to do things in silence. You know, you can't necessarily all the time. You're trying to get somebody to not be to be disinterested in another person, you know, telling them over and over and over again why they shouldn't want her or him is gonna, it's just gonna make them want them more. That's basic human psychology, that when you deny somebody of something, that's gonna make them want it more. Okay, that's just like if you sick. I couldn't imagine some of these people on here, y'all. Yeah, like you'll never be invited to Christmas dinner ever. I swear to God, you'll never. I don't even want, like you ain't even invited to 4th of July. And I choose my friends based upon that. You can't take some of these people out in public and you know that they want to be your friend. You want to be my friend and you know that I can't be your friend because you got Tourette syndrome or something. I don't know what. Well, I'm not going to take you somewhere with me. And then all of a sudden you start blurting out how, you know, talking about bestiality and goddamn pedophiles and shit. It's some conversation that you're not supposed to have. You know, and if you just sit around and talk about repulsive stuff, you're not going to be able to get to know anybody. People are going to look at you like you're a nutcase. And okay, let's say for example, I'm sitting at a barbecue table, or either I'm at a party, right? And I'm around people that have nothing to do with these people at this black sector. Do you think that I'm going to sit there and even if I had a drink in my hand, do you think I'm going to start talking about that sector? Do you think I'm going to say some of the things about that sector, let alone take somebody from that sector to that event with me? Because guess what they going to do? They're gonna laugh inappropriately when it's not time to laugh. Like, what the fuck are you laughing at? And people are gonna look at them like they're crazy. That's not acceptable behavior. It's not about fronting. It's about, listen, you got a warped and sick and twisted mind, and nobody wants to talk about that. If you're at a singles mixer, nobody wants to sit. What are you gonna do? You gonna start talking to people about how you were raped as a child? That's inappropriate conversation. If we're sitting here like on YouTube, if you want to talk about your past experiences, fine. You know, everybody does that. But if you are in a social situation, you don't sit there and say, hey, you know, I got raped. Yeah, I got raped. And now I'm all fucked up. And people gonna look at you like, why is she here? Why is this person here? So, and I feel like I've been somehow bombarded by socially awkward people, and like they do come to my channel, like this channel, which is why I'm talking about all this craziness. This channel, they basically took over this channel. You know how like roaches move into a nice house, as that's basically that's what we dealing with here. Right. So like like I think maybe a few of you will thumbs up this video when I'm speaking about them, because the rest of them, they're thinking that this is perfectly socially acceptable behavior, and it's not what they're doing. That's just like if you're sitting there having a drink, or let's say you're just having a movie night with somebody, and they break out a goddamn video of your mother's funeral, and they start talking about your deceased mother. How did what you supposed to do with that? What you supposed to do with that? So these are very socially awkward people that look, listen, if you are at a singles mixer, nobody wants to talk about children being raped nowhere. We know that unfortunately shit like that goes on in this world. But if you are in a romantic type of situation, you don't just start speaking about that. Like, for example, even if you did that for a living, let's say that you dated a cop or a CPS worker, and y'all were out on y'all first date, your first encounter with one another. Okay. Y'all were on y'all first date with each other. And, y'all talking about what y'all do for a living. And he's like, oh, I'm a cop. And okay, well, that's interesting. It would be socially unacceptable. She's not going to choose to have a second date with the person if they get to talking about the things that they saw on the job. Like, yeah, I found some chopped up bodies, and da 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 da. It's just it's not gonna happen. It's not. So the reason why that man is not interested in you is because all you do is talk about disgusting stuff, and you might just attract a bunch of perverts. That's just like as a woman, if I came on here every other day and was like, yeah, y'all, I just want somebody to come all down in my asshole. I want him to fuck me and stand all up in my asshole. Men, the only type of men that are going to be attracted to me are weird perverts. The rest of them that have anything, that have any money, that have anything that I want, they going to turn the other cheek. And the next thing you know, that's all you're attracting is those kind of people, because you don't know what to talk about. It's a lot of people running their mouth and they don't know what to talk about. I'm gonna give y'all a fun fact. I remember the first 3 times that I met my husband. And it wasn't necessarily an official date, but it was, it was a house date. Okay. You can have a house date. Do y'all know that the first 3 nights that we met up with each other, we never spoke about that sector, not once, not one time. Never did that sector come up once. You know what that meant? That meant that we were able to establish a non ratchet connection with one another. And then we were really into each other as well. We didn't start thinking about that sector until they started stalking us. And he may not even remember. I'm sure he remembers. I'm sure he remembers. Yeah. People in that sector think that he's all about that sector. That man has so many other interesting things that he talks about that people don't even know about him. Like for example, these women will try to make it seem like they're more sexier than. There's nothing sexy about a woman sitting online roasting children. That is no, that you're turning everybody off. You're a turn off, essentially. And you would need, like, if you don't know how to conversate or to, like, I don't even, you're either gonna lead. A woman is either gonna, at any time, it can be the man sometimes leading the conversation, but you're either gonna lead or facilitate or expand the conversation with a man. And it's too late now because he already know, like he already knows what you about. You're all about talking about the things that you're talking about, but you can't actually make a connection with a man that is beyond some kind of perversion that you're thinking about that nobody wants to talk about. Okay, don't nobody want to talk about that mess. Don't nobody want to think about that mess, and people don't think about it. You can sit up here and say all day and night, so and so and so. That you're not going to be in that man's head. That man is going to think about the things that a better woman said to him. He's going to be thinking about those things that a good woman said to him. He's not going to be thinking about you and the disgusting things that you say because you're trying to manipulate somebody. Telling a man that their woman is attracted to you, like, I don't know why they use that as a tactic. Like, I do a lot of reunion work. Typically I don't do like love spells, but I guess you would have to use some kind of love spell to get a man to actually, and he's gonna be wondering, why in the hell am I talking to this woman? What is she talking about? Because all she's talking about is things that no man would be interested in talking to any woman about. Don't nobody want to talk about that. Don't know who does that. Oh, I want to attract a man by making him think that other women want me. Come on, chick. But do other men actually want you? Does that man want you? You're awkward. That's a socially awkward person. And I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. That's why I'm migrating over to my other channels and I'm gonna link them. That sector wants acknowledgement. They want you to come on here every day, and it's like a some kind of mental retardation or something. We've already addressed that. I'm not going to address some stupid, crazy, perverted, disgusting stuff that you made up. I'm not going to keep talking about that. You are the only person that is interested in that conversation. Nobody else. All right, hold on, guys. I'll be right back. I'm gonna play some music. Wait a minute, y'all. I can't find the song I was gonna listen to. Hold on. Here it is. How come I can't hear?
Yeah! Well, I don't know what you talking.
Mama say stop or I'm gonna tell her papa.
Jack 9 back in this, yeah! You know?
Mama say stop or
KC!
This is the town where the clowns put it down, baby.
Mama say stop or
I
I'm
told you we
gonna
wasn't
tell her
playing.
papa.
Close the door before your child hear the sound, baby.
Mama say stop or I'm gonna tell
Yo,
her papa.
yo, the killer clowns in your town raising all hell. Checking in with the stamina, coming to damage, a buck in the barrel when I bust with a bang. And it ain't no claws, that say fraud, ain't no tall tale. Women love it when I hit, when I cover the booty, they giving it to me, but it ain't no thing. We reppin' KC Mo, fellas and the ladies know. They be coming with the killers and with the gorillas, the villains that get you when you disrespect us. Even the babies know, Technina's got crazy flow. We be giving the women the bullet, we sick as the haters wanna pay us for to get this record. This is important, we be courting every place we go. Get you up in the room and tripping up in the room, I give it to you when you wanna have it. Baby is the horse and yes, of course, I'ma have to break the hoe. Leaving the kids at home, I wanna bone alone, we hopping up and down like jackrabbits. So many kids put this on their daddy's mind. Never will I ever put them out there like that, feeling that I did, taking in and take it right back. Telling them that they mommy's boyfriend's Tech 9. Really looking at me like you really wanna fight, cat, all taking in and wanna know what I'm like at.
This is the town where the clowns put it down, baby.
Mama say stop or I'm gonna tell her papa.
Close the door before your child hear the sound, baby.
Mama say stop or I'm gonna tell her papa.
This is the town where the clowns put it down, baby.
Mama say stop or I'm gonna tell her papa.
Close the door before your child hear the sound, baby.
Mama say stop or I'm gonna tell her papa.
Yo, 151, Malibu rum and pineapple juice. For those that don't know, that's Caribou Moon, origin in Mizzou. We having fun, got some buns on some yak abuse. Road dogs and a reppin' a smoke like regime, outlaw loose, click in a zoo. Stagger, when you with the nut house, we gon' have ya. Taking everything up in the book and next to that book, you're looking to get tough. Abracadabra, 151 and coke is Viagra. Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, got her in love from having the bed shook. Look, I'm hella fed up with all the silly rumors, dawg. Thinking that we got dropped from J-Code, that never ever would happen, I mean, what do they know? We kept our head up, now money's coming to us all. We're kicking it with strange, wallowing in fame, giving the game, only when I say so. So crack some bud with me, demons get some love with me. Do what you gotta do to get, what you gotta get it all, taking Nina's on the road. Get on some shrub with me, 2 cases of bud with me. What you gonna do to get the women on crunk? I'ma hit them with the funk, got them all like, oh!
This is the town where the clowns put it down, baby. Close the door before your child hear the sound, baby. This is the town where the clowns put it down, baby. Teasing your chakra, and ain't nobody hotter. Close the door before your child hear the sound, baby.
Mama say stop or I'm gonna
Yo,
tell her papa.
1, and then comes the 2 to the 3, and that was the anthem, now this the anthem, hella rocking the planet again, you can't stand it again. Huns, they've been coming through to see me, man. Then I depend some and I bust it random, in a bit I'ma land them, dog, run it, I ram it again. Raves, I love to get high and get paid. Why you don't wanna stick 'em with another hit up out of a biz, baby, you don't wanna miss the hit. Babes, they love to come by and get laid. Why I'm at the pinnacle when I rip it, I'ma kill 'em in this, to the haters I gotta send 'em again. Bump this in your ride or in the club. Giving everybody what they need, I give it all, so they give it all back to me. Haters, don't you hide, just show some love. Dig it, I'ma rep the B and never ever let the C get the best of me. So many kids put this on their daddy's mind. When I put them out there like that, feeling that I did, taking in and take it right back. Telling him their mommy's boyfriend is Tech 9.
Oh no, girl, your baby's at the door. This is the town where the clowns put it down, baby. Close the door before your child hear the sound, baby. This is the town where the clowns put it down, baby. Teasing your chakra, and ain't nobody hotter. Close the door before your child hear the sound, baby.
Mama say stop or I'm gonna tell her papa.
This one is for my homies and to all the DJs. Yeah, we king it. So when you bump it once, rest instant replay. They gon' love this one, love it.
Teasing your chakra, and ain't nobody hotter.
And this is another technique of production.
Mama say stop or I'm gonna tell her papa.
This is the town where the clowns put it down, baby.
Mama say stop or I'm gonna tell her papa.
Close the door before your child hear the sound, baby.
Mom, open this door.
All right, y'all, I'm back. You know, A man is always going to remember if you're a woman and you're saying all of these disgusting things to him that make you sound like a trashy streetwalker. He's going to get off of the phone with you and forget about everything that you said. He is not going to want to speak to you. And you can do whatever you want. You can conjure and tranquil spirits on him. You know, I'm telling you something. It does not matter. You can do whatever you want. He's still not going to want to have anything to do with you because all you talk about is ratchetness. You know, and he's not stupid. He knows that you don't have anything else to talk about. And sometimes you just got to deal with people that you're equally yoked with. If you're not equally yoked with somebody, you're just not equally yoked with them. For example, if you're like some sick child predator that, likes to talk and fantasize about children and all that stuff, and you're talking to a man that's not interested in that stuff, he's going to be looking at you like you're a psychopath. He's going to be looking at you like gross. You just falling all over the place, falling down, and that's pretty much what I've seen people doing. What are you doing up there, Lena Bina? That's pretty much what I've seen people doing. Just, you can't talk about things like that. You're making yourself look bad. Oh, I'm going to say all these disgusting things constantly, but you're going to project it to somebody else. But who's the one that's always thinking about those disgusting things that you're saying? Who's the one always talking about weird things? Because obviously these things must occupy your mind. Obviously, you have a sick, dirty mind. Okay? That's why that man ain't gonna give you the time of day. And I mean, it's kind of too late. After the cat is out of the bag, just be yourself and go deal with somebody that you might be equally yoked with. Because what you think about all the time is, just disgusting crap all the time, constantly. That's all you think about. That's all you talk about. That's all you're about. It's the truth. And then that goes for friends too. I make a lot of friends because they know that I have good sense. They're sitting up here wondering, why is she responding to this crazy person that, can barely formulate a sentence? That's just weird. All right, hold on.
Cell 2G 2000 watts. Yeah. Taking my almost time. Oh yeah. I hope you're getting ready, girl, and don't forget the wine. How long is it, baby? Tonight is just for you and mine, and it's gonna be so fly. So fly. What? I like having you around, so I gotta put you zero be squared.
In my bedroom.
Everything that I've been searching
All right, y'all, I'm back. That's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. Don't nobody want no socially awkward woman. Socially awkward people are out here trying to make other people look socially unacceptable, but really in reality it's you. And you just gotta accept it. And I've never seen so many people without, it looks like they just don't have much home training, you know. It really doesn't. And I don't, I'm tired of having to, just because I'm in social media doesn't mean that I have to speak to or respond to everybody. There's some people that shouldn't even be talking to me. You shouldn't even be speaking to me. You shouldn't even be speaking to me or speaking, let alone speaking about me. Who are you? Like me and you are not in the same lane. Child, go stay in your lane. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And I don't use social media to meet people. That's like you can use it to meet people. Absolutely. Absolutely you can. But everybody knows why I'm here. Okay. I might run into a few people that like me and are cool with me or whatever, but this craziness coming from these crazy people running around here talking about poop and dog asses and dog penises and no, no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All of the sexy just went out of the room. There is nothing attractive about that. It isn't. It's nothing attractive about it. And don't no man want you unless he's a sick, twisted, crazy person. A man would rather have a conversation about his penis or his balls. He rather don't a man want to sit and talk to some, and so I understand that there are some women that are traumatized. Perhaps you're a little too traumatized to date at this point. Stop trying to and I think that's the issue is that people are trying to, date and all of that stuff. I never forget. I had went to this party with one of my cousins and I started talking about something political and she was just like, Shh, hey, stop it. You turning everybody off. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And it's the truth, man. You got to and then there's certain things that I don't want to talk about. Uh, you know, so when it comes to the law of attraction, and that now there are some things that I agree with. I do believe that if you focus on certain things, it can mean that you are possibly afflicted by that. That's just like people sitting around calling people broke or talking about people being broke, projecting. If you're going to make some money, you can't talk about poverty. So that would make no sense, would it? It would make absolutely no sense for you to be trying to make money, but all you talk about is poverty. You know what I'm saying? And people are not going to want to have a conversation with you. Even if you're obviously, if you are projecting somebody not having any money, it's obviously that you don't have no money in a lot of cases. Okay. In a lot of cases, it's obvious of that, right? Most people in this world, which is why I have, I speak like I've had so many clients, it's ridiculous. They don't want to nobody wants to sit around and talk about that. If people are making money, they want to talk about money. Even if you're talking about somebody else, you talking about somebody else being broke is going to lead to you being broke. So that's why you don't hear me coming on here talking about broke people all the time. I did that back before I moved into my house. I don't sit around and talk about that. It's kind of ridiculous. You can't do that when you're in a money making environment. That's just like if you have a job and all you do is sit around all day talking about being fired. You're going to eventually be fired, you know? And don't get mad at me because I know how to keep a man happy. Especially if you up in a man's face constantly talking about negativity. He don't want to hear that crap. He's already dealt with negative stuff all day at work. Hey, Jen, am I right about what I'm saying? No. If a man is at work all day dealing with problems on the job and crazy people, some crackers. If a man has already been through a bunch of negative stuff, when he comes home to his woman or when he talks to his woman, he don't want to hear about other negative stuff. He don't want to hear that. Okay, unless something happens and you have to speak to him about it, then. But constant negativity, constantly, that's all you talk about is negativity. Eventually, a man is going to lose interest and walk away. Okay, and it's probably kind of too late at the point when he's completely lost interest or either put you in a category of somebody that he would never deal with in his actual life. He's not going to deal with you. Okay. And then also another thing, Jen, don't have you noticed that I've been arguing with actual real life sex workers on here? You noticed that, right? What are you talking to me for? I've never been a sex worker. I would be totally appalled if I found out that my man was screwing somebody else. I would just be appalled. There is no woman worth her salt that is going to be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just the truth. I'm just speaking the truth. Unless she's into swing time or something and yeah, otherwise, what are you doing? And all of the conversation, those conversations have gotten very boring. Yeah, I had somebody come in my chat room saying, "Don't get mad at him because he wants other women." That's why none of your men are faithful to you because you don't have the expectation of them being faithful to you. That's why none of them are faithful. Okay, I'm gonna give him hell if I know he even talking to some hoe online. And men will learn to respect you. You get on him enough. You get on him enough about that. I wish my man would be sitting up here flirting with somebody else in social media. I wish he would. He can come on here and deny me all day and night, but he better not come on here and flirt with nobody else. But what you give is what you expect in return as a woman. So if you dealing with a woman that's like, 10 different men a night or something like that, I'm not dissing and degrading anybody, but I'm sorry, you're in the wrong place. I've only been with one man in the past, hell, 10 years, and that's my husband. Yeah, man. Yeah, but Jen, you can see what these people are doing. They trying to make it seem like they're dating now. They're in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Honey and baby. What are you doing calling my man honey? That's not your man. That's inappropriate and disrespectful. And then we'll say, hey, I got a man. Well, I'm surprised your man ain't went upside your. I don't see how some of them do it. It must be something else going on, some kind of different type of element or whatever. To where that man is just there, I guess, for the free ride or whatever. You know, that's just that's crazy. That is so disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? And he probably thinking, why is she calling me honey? Like I'm not her honey. You just looking crazy. You look real crazy. Because there's just literally nothing going on there. There's nothing going on there, and nobody's stupid. And I noticed that very slutty women are always trying to make, other types of women that don't do that. They're either trying to make us look like a slut, or they're either trying to make it seem like it's they flirting with your man. Hey, honey. Oh, hi, baby. Oh my God, my baby. It's like, he don't know you. He don't want you. Quit trying to front like you done took somebody's man. You were in a chat room. You will never meet this man. That's what I'm saying, man. We got a lot of delusional psychopaths in social media. It is getting ridiculous. I did go off, Jen. I did, but that was yesterday, and I have nothing else to say at this point about it. And that's another thing. Once you say something, what the hell you got to keep repeating it over and over again for? I said what I said. And that's what, I don't know what's up with these stupid games. Stupid games win you stupid prizes. I don't understand what's up with the stupid games. You sitting up here trying to claim my man wants you and he's there for you and doing all this stuff. You gonna have to show me some proof, babe. You gotta show me some proof. You trying to act like my man wants you? Show me some proof that he wants you. Prove it. Prove that he actually wants you. And I'm gonna need to see picture evidence. I'm gonna need to see picture evidence. I'm gonna need to see you and him together. I'm gonna need to see you and him together, which we know ain't gonna never happen. Yeah, it's a play. It's like a game. You know what I'm saying? It's so stupid. Go live real life and quit playing games, and maybe you won't be so unfulfilled in life and upset. Cause I'm not upset about anything. I'm over it. I'm completely over. The debacle. I'm good. You know. Okay, did my little grocery shopping today. Ain't thinking about it. And I think also, like, if you were in the world of sex industry and stuff, being a witch is a totally different energy. Like I said, you can practice witchcraft and you can be a witch that's into sex work. But even witches that are into sex work are not doing that. Like they're, and you can do whatever you want to do, but it just looks stupid. Okay, it just looks stupid. And and I don't know if you heard the rest of the live that I did. Jen, how many men do you think actually want those women that tell these disgusting lies? Nobody. No man wants them. No man. Not any man wants a woman that's talking like that. That's all you talk about. Drugs. This is the only thing that these people are capable of talking about. Drugs and child abuse, and it's like, girl, who hurt you? You are really emotionally damaged. That's what I'm saying. Like, good Lord. And you can't tell them your business because they acting a fool and asking why, crying and screaming, punching the walls, because that woman knows how to get and keep that man in her life, and you don't. It's ridiculous. Well, he's flirting with me. Show me video evidence. Show me video evidence that he wants you. Show me that he actually came for you. Or is he just mad at me? Show me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm about to sit back and get into some TikTok though, y'all. So I will see y'all later. It'll go in one ear and out the other. And 30 years from now, these same chicks will either be dead or still unmarried. Ain't no man gonna touch them. You know, I've actually had a real ring on my finger that I didn't buy myself. I've been engaged twice. Right. Don't no man want no woman, sitting up here trying to act like somebody wants you and all you talk about is some disgusting crap that don't nobody want to talk about. They're turn off. That is a turn off. I'm sorry, girl. You are socially awkward. And then keep trying to force somebody else to talk about it so that people can be turned off by me. No, I'm discussing it because you're harassing me. Otherwise, I quit talking about that days ago. You notice how you quit talking about some disgusting subject that one of these chicks done bought up and they still talking about it 2 or 3 days later, 2 or 3 weeks later. Don't nobody want to talk about that, girl. I'm doing great. How are you? And we know you're talking about it because you're trying to make somebody look bad, but in reality, you look bad because you're the one speaking about it. Oh my God, this York peppermint patty is so good. It's insane. And why does this child keep talking about what I'm eating? She must not have no food. Who does that? Is anybody sitting around thinking about what someone else is eating? I mean, it is interesting conversation. Jen asked me what I was eating. But you know what I'm saying? This person was like criticizing me, talking about, oh, you're fat, you're real fat. And it's like, what you're trying to make me feel bad because I have food to eat? Okay. It's ridiculous, y'all. It is. It's ridiculous. All right, y'all. I gotta go. It's almost my bedtime. I only got like another hour and a half. Awoke. So I'm gonna go. Y'all have a good night.